Hello, y'all, and welcome to Jackalope Tales, Urban Legends and Music, where we uncover, is it real or is it a jackalope tale? I'm your host, Charles Mooney.
And I'm Lisa Umbarger. And also with us today are our production crew, Jenny.
Hello.
Jeannie.
Meow.
Natalie.
Hello.
And on the board, a man who likes to taste the rainbow, Sam.
It's delicious.
Loving that rainbow.
So we kind of gave you a hint of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
It's the best part of waking up, but without people. We're going to talk about jingles. Commercial jingles.
Oh, God. I loved commercial jingles.
Oh, man.
And
There's
they were
so many of them.
Yeah, they were especially prevalent back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, that's what every company seemed to go with.
Right. You wanted to get that one earworm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched a shit ton of TV. I knew all the Gilligan's Island episodes. I knew all the Three Stooges episodes.
Right.
I mean, any time away from school was spent watching TV for me.
Right.
I don't know if it's because you just keep hearing it over and over and over, but those jingles still stick with me today.
Right.
Oh, my God.
I remember my grandma had a hill out back of her house, and it was a big grass hill, and we
Yeah.
used to recreate a commercial for this detergent called Fab. And I don't even think it's around anymore. And we would roll down the hill like the kids in the commercial
Yeah.
and sing, "Oh, Fab, I'm glad there's
I
lemon, fresh,
remember
and
that.
borax in you."
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah. And then there was the whole Almond Joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you don't. Oh, yeah. And then the one that's always sticks in my brain. Meow, 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 meow.
Jeannie, you need to join in because
Oh, that's right.
that's kind of how you introduced yourself.
Oh, chow, chow, chow. And they did that one of the calendar cats. Remember that one?
Which
With
one
the
is-
January, chow, 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 chow.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that
my
one.
Love
God.
that.
Oh.
And Morris the cat.
I love Morris the cat.
They
He
did
was
Morris.
grumpy.
Jingle.
Oh, yeah. He was pissed. So,
The original grumpy cat.
Right. He came before Garfield, right?
He did.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think that Garfield ripped off Morris the cat.
Oh, man. What a
Garfield
scam.
never felt authentic.
No, because cats don't like spaghetti
No.
or lasagna or whatever. Lasagna. Wasn't it lasagna?
But then who looks for authenticity in a cartoon?
Well, I do. Did you ever see Family Circle?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
That was real. That was real life.
That was real shit.
That was real.
Yeah.
How about Goofus and Gallant from Highlights?
Oh, yeah.
I always loved Goofus. He was my favorite. But I think that's true
Ah.
of a lot of people.
I only saw highlights when I went to the dentist. There were Bibles and highlight magazines.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh, Sam was so deprived. He doesn't know what highlights is.
Oh, my God.
It's still a thing. My kids had it.
Well, describe what it is.
Highlights is a magazine for children. It has some articles.
Yeah.
It has lots of puzzles. Lots of like find the item hidden in the picture or which thing is different than the other thing, and you choose how the pictures are different. There were a lot of really bad dad jokes in there,
jokes.
like the kind you find on the back of Laffy Taffy. But as a child, it was incredibly entertaining.
See, the kids would be so much better off nowadays if
Right.
they just read a highlights every now and
Well,
then.
we
Right.
had a subscription to my house, and my
wholesome.
kids
Well,
were
see,
big fans.
it paid off. You got good kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't edit the hesitation out because they might listen.
Yeah. Edit the hesitation.
They are 100% not allowed to listen to this podcast.
But one person that I was really impressed with by the jingles that he wrote was Barry Manilow.
He wrote so many jingles. I don't think people realize how many jingles he
No,
wrote.
because he's known for all of his music, but jingles?
Mandy. They want to hear Barry Manilow sing the sappy piano
Yeah.
songs.
He should go on a jingles tour.
Oh, my God. That would be... Yeah, I don't care who it is, Barry Manilow or whoever. If there was a tour where they only sang commercials and theme songs for TV shows,
That's a cover band I would like.
I think it would be awesome.
Because he did State Farm.
Yep. Which is like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there. Yep. And Band-Aid, the I Am Stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid stuck on me.
Yep.
Pepsi.
Which Pepsi one?
I just wrote down Pepsi.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know this one, but it says "Feelin' Free."
It sounds 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks 70s.
And then he did the You Deserve a Break Today at McDonald's.
Oh, really?
Yep. And he even did one for Stridex. Remember the face
Yes.
cleaning for pimples and stuff? Give your face something to smile about.
Ew.
Aw.
Yeah.
Because you wipe them and then they'd show the camera how
Yeah.
dirty
it's
it
like,
was.
yeah, I got dirt on the little pad.
Yeah. Oh, get your dirty face out of here.
But yeah, that's such a weird side gig that he had, but he was really
Yeah.
good at
Oh,
it.
no. Good God. He's written so many hits. But there are some other musicians that
Yeah.
have done jingles.
We figured it out.
Oh, yeah. We dug deep and found some. And the one I'm going to talk about is the band Air Supply.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. They're a soft rock band, kind of play the yacht rock kind of music.
Yeah.
Your parents love it, that kind of thing.
They had 50 million hits.
Oh, yeah. Lost in Love, All Out of Love, Even the Nights Are Better.
So many love songs.
Oh, God. So really the band was just two guys, Graham Russell from England and Russell Hitchcock, the singer, and he was from Australia. Now, you know what? This is the musician in me because I read this when looking into the band. The guitarist, Graham Russell, he's left-handed, and he plays a guitar. He takes a right-handed guitar and just turns it over so his strings
Are backwards.
are total with the high string on top and the low string on the bottom.
Didn't
So
Jimi Hendrix play that way too, though, I think?
I think he, though, got the strings in the right order for his direction. But this guy plays chords upside down.
That's weird.
Oh, it's fucked
It's got to
up.
be hard.
For those people that are musicians and listening to this, they'll be amazed. Everyone else will be like, oh well.
Yeah.
But in 1992, Air Supply found an opportunity to write a song for a particular candy that Graham Russell, the guitarist, happened to really enjoy. Graham found that this particular candy was almost like an aphrodisiac.
What?
Yeah, he would use this candy, like, because you know the meats and greets and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And he found that this candy gave him that nice fresh breath. And then he seemed to always get lucky with the ladies, even more than the lead singer.
But there's rumors about the lead singer, isn't there?
there's
That maybe he
some
doesn't
that
want
he's
to be lucky with the ladies?
right,
Okay.
right. Well, he wasn't lucky with the men either.
Oh.
So
I know too much about this band, I'm discovering.
So, yeah, an opportunity came up for them to write a jingle for Mentos.
Oh, man.
And they jumped at the opportunity because, oh my God, Mentos is helping him get luckier. They wrote the Mentos jingle. And if you don't remember it, I'm going to sing it. So, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better.
Mentos Fresher.
Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Woo!
Friend Mentos, the Freshmaker.
The Freshmaker.
Freshmaker.
I remember that song.
Oh my God. The commercials they did using that jingle, they were campy. They'd always show like some kid in a various day dilemma, and then they'd consume a Mentos and be inspired to solve their problem in a quick, humorous fashion.
Right, like share a cab.
Oh,
Two people get-
yes.
I remember they always looked like they were not made for an American audience. Do you remember that?
No,
It always looked like it was made in a foreign country.
It was. In fact, Mentos was definitely originated over in the European states.
Okay.
And so, yeah, and that's where, I mean, of course, you got Air Supply from England and from Australia. So
Okay.
they were definitely more exposed to Mentos than the Americans were yet. But the commercials started in 1991, and it boosted the sales of Mentos 20 million. And then by 1996, because of these commercials, it went to $120 million.
Holy cow.
So,
The Foo Fighters even did a spoof video of Mentos.
oh, yeah.
One of their songs.
Yeah, that's right, because Dave Grohl happens to be kind of like a Closet Supply fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Mentos is also famous for the Diet Coke experiment, where you put the Mentos, drop it into the liter bottle,
Yes.
and watch it blow up.
Yep.
And then it's even turned into a sexual practice. Yeah, it's the Mentos mudslide, which really ends up being, without going into detail, well, it calls for a tarp, I'm sure. But you put Mentos in your partner's Hershey Highway. And then as the person is doing the act in the Hershey Highway, they pour Diet Coke onto their meat whistle.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This seems very dangerous. No, I mean, seriously.
You would think after seeing what it does to a 2-liter container of Diet Coke. I don't know if anyone's lived to tell about it, but...
Yeah, seriously, something could blow out. I mean, you need to take care of that for your olden days so you don't have to wear a diaper.
Right? I mean, it's a Mentos enema. But you were right, though. Dave Grohl, that Jingle thing was so catchy, it just stuck in everyone's head. And it probably, because Dave Grohl is maybe around our age.
Yeah.
You know his influence with commercials. I'm sure commercials influenced him. So it just happens that he is a big Air Supply fan. I mean, which makes sense because he seems to really have an eclectic appreciation for music, all different kinds.
Yeah.
And so with the video you were talking about, Big Me,
Yeah.
which is kind of the softest song on that album.
It is.
It kind of has almost an Air Supply-ish feel to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did the video for that song, which has really become one of their most famous songs. And the Foo Fighters reenact the Mentos commercials in their video. Yeah, it's definitely something that continues to be appreciated because I think I've even seen some TikTok videos where people reenact
the Mentos.
Yeah, the Mentos or make up their own kind of Mentos.
Do they
commercial.
still use that song? Do they still use the jingle,
I don't
or
even
have they
see
updated it?
Mentos commercials anymore.
I don't remember seeing any in a long time as well.
Yeah, and then they've still got those tubes, and then they've got these packs of gum. I never even really knew, was Mentos a mint or was it a gum?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
it's a chewy wafer thing.
There comes that European flair.
I think it's some kind of mint because I've chewed up and swallowed so many.
Oh, you're a Mentos fan.
Yeah. I like Mentos.
What flavor?
I don't know.
Oh, just whichever tube you grab?
The green one.
Okay. Spearmint.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
I don't know. But I guess they're kind of like Razzles. Remember those Razzles?
Oh, yeah.
They're nothing like Razzles. No.
Well, okay, so Razzles, is it a gum?
No, Mentos is definitely not a gum. You cannot chew it like they make gum. They make Mentos
gum now.
gum.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a chewy mint. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
All right.
it's
That's
like
where the freshness comes from.
I don't remember when I ate that tube of Mentos. It's not on my buy-in list.
I know. I'm going to get you for Christmas a Mentos, roll of Mentos, and a bear.
It's a perfect gift. That's all I want.
But yes, to clarify, it's a hard shell with a chewy inside. And then Mentos gum is a separate thing that they sell separately.
They branched out.
We're going to have to bring some Mentos in here. We should have got some today to eat them.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Also, Mentos, hit us up. We're looking for sponsors.
Yep.
Ooh.
They're full of life
yeah,
from their
no
songs.
joke. We love Mentos.
Totally live.
Now that they
Mentos.
want to be advertisers, we love them. Now you've got one too,
Right.
though.
So I've got one that we would love the sponsorship as well.
Oh my.
So,
As we get older, yeah.
Kenny Rogers actually wrote a pretty famous jingle.
Lady.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
the lady guy.
Islands in the Stream.
And that beard.
Yep, that beard. He was. Yeah, was he one of People's Sexiest Men Alive at one time? He probably was.
Oh.
Probably made it the list.
Could have
because
been.
Everyone liked that little silver beard.
Oh my God.
But
I know. I
yeah.
got beard envy.
Totally, because, I mean, it's all full and filled in.
Right.
But did you notice that Kenny Rogers' plastic surgery disasters are basically a barometer for his music?
Oh, I never really thought of it.
Have you
but-
seen, like, all the work he's had done?
Oh God, it does not look good.
Because I don't know what came first, bad music or the bad rhinoplasty. I mean, he started transforming into Eric Stoltz from The Mask. His face started looking not weird. It was like Elephant Man.
It became alien, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it was really weird where he did not look like Kenny
Yeah.
Rogers.
Oh God.
Anyway, so that was a sidebar.
And
So
he probably sings like maybe
I know, right? Because
his
he can't
face
move his
doesn't
face.
work anymore.
Well, it doesn't anymore because
Well,
he passed in 2020. But most people remember Kenny Rogers from his country-leaning pop hits.
oh
You know,
yes.
The Gambler,
Mm-hmm.
Islands in the Stream with Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah.
He pretty much owned the 80s adult pop radio.
He was on like rock channels and country
Yeah,
channels.
he was kind of a crossover
Yeah, he was.
phenomenon.
Right?
He was the Taylor Swift
Yeah.
for old people. Anyway, but in the later part of the 80s, his star was fading and his album sales. He had 2 records between 1986 and 1987 that were flops.
Oh.
And he was used to being pretty successful. So he started to panic. But his older stuff was still really popular.
Oh yeah.
But the musician's ego, you still want to keep
Yeah.
being relevant with
It-
new stuff.
It was his Possum Kingdom.
Right. So people were still listening to him and buying his records, but they were listening to his old stuff, not his new stuff that he was putting out. And he considered himself to be a good songwriter. And actually, he was. He
Yeah.
started off doing rock music.
Kudos to him for
Yep.
that. Yeah.
He was doing an awards show with Barry Manilow.
Ah,
And they were
yeah.
just shooting the shit like musicians do, hanging out. And Barry mentioned the commercial stuff.
all those commercials Barry did.
Right.
Yeah.
And so in between the lengthy conversations of how to feather your hair, Barry Manilow, I'm just imagining that's probably what they were talking about because they both had that feathered hair.
Oh yeah, because Barry, I'm sure, can't grow a beard, so they can't have beard
Right,
talk.
so
Yeah.
feathered
so
hair talk.
Go with the hair.
Barry gave him some pointers on writing jingles and gave him a card on who to call. And Kenny got his first job.
Whoa.
I think it is one of the best commercial jingles ever written.
Oh, which one?
It's for Doxidan. I don't think that it got its props. It was beautiful. And it's an earworm. I remember it like we would laugh our asses off whenever this commercial came on. But it was very, very short-lived. So if you don't know what Doxidan is,
Yeah.
let me sing the jingle for you and I'll clear it up.
Clear it up.
Right. So the commercial starts with a darkly lit cowboy sitting on stage with a guitar.
Very
and the
country.
camera pans in. And the cowboy moves up to the microphone and he's like, "The Ballad of a Gentle Laxative." And then he starts playing guitar and he's like, "When I'm a regular, here's what I do. I take Doxidan because it works when I expect it to. Doxidan, gentle Doxidan. I get no surprises. I feel better in the morning, as sure as the sun rises. Doxidan, Doxidan, when nature needs a helping hand. Get overnight relief with Doxidan, as sure as the sun rises."
Rises. Yeah.
You remember that one?
I do. I do remember Doxidan.
I remember we thought it was the funniest thing because no one talked about laxatives.
Right.
Or-
No.
There were commercials probably,
Yeah.
but it wasn't out in the front. But this one was like a longish commercial. and they put, they talked about the function in a funny way.
Yeah.
And we would walk around singing that song because it was so freaking catchy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And we loved it. It started like, A ballad of a gentle laxative.
And so many kids don't even know what the hell a laxative is.
No. But we were right in that wheelhouse where we knew. And it was hilarious.
You just knew it came on during Price is Right.
Right.
See, now it would come on Fox News because
Exactly.
I don't know if I try not to watch much of it, but occasionally it's on in the background places. And they do a lot of catheter ads on Fox News.
What?
Yeah, there's a cowboy who
What?
talks about I don't have a lot of experience with catheters outside of a hospital situation, but apparently it's a thing. And there's a cowboy who talks about catheters frequently on Fox News. So this would fit right in. They could just do the laxative cowboy right next to him.
So I guess they did the marketing research, and cowboys are right in the trusted authority for catheters and laxatives and whatnot.
It's all that saddle riding. Yeah.
And those scooters. What is the little...
I guess lack of public restrooms on the trail leads to later issues. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't want a gentle laxative while you're out in the mesquite trees.
No.
Rustling up some beans.
Fertilizing the grass. Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Although is it Cow Patty or is it Kenny Rogers? I don't know who did that. Anyway, so the commercial received a lot of attention. A lot.
Oh, yeah?
But it was not necessarily the right kind of attention. It seems that people didn't think kindly of a stool softener ditty.
Really?
Yeah.
It was so catchy.
Before they were called Karens, they were still Karens.
Yeah.
And they were mad that this commercial was on their regular TV where, they're watching a soap opera and all of a sudden they're reminded of the cowboy who needs to take a crap.
And look what's on TV now. I mean, there's all this stuff about problems and erectile dysfunction.
But yeah, there were protests and campaigns to ban Doxidan.
Wow.
It was insane. So they pulled the commercial after a short time. A very successful campaign. They pulled the commercial.
Yeah.
So
Oh, God. All those poor people now getting stuck up because now Doxidan's getting pulled.
Right. So it got pulled and it ruined the amusement of every scatological enthusiast like myself who enjoyed that commercial. But Kenny was embarrassed.
Aw, poor Kenny.
Yeah, and he exited the jingle business. That was the only jingle he wrote, but he exited faster than a Doxidan induced poo. Gently.
That's a quick exit.
He didn't do anything for 2 years because he was so freaking embarrassed, and I guess the internal backlash from all of that.
Backlash.
But speaking of backlash,
yeah.
because there's a joke here too. So his next release was titled Something Inside So Strong. And which I'm interpreting as he started holding on to his poo. Instead of releasing it. So it created some kind of psychological
security blanket.
Right. So that's something so strong. He just probably needed to take a Doxidan about it.
I know. Poor Doxidan and poor Kenny.
So I think he made a very unhealthy decision. I don't want to speculate, but he passed away in 2020. Was it from holding on to a poo?
Oh.
I have no details on that.
Yeah.
So
we're not going there.
Right. But the sad thing is he didn't live to hear the praise of his greatest contribution to music and bowels from me, because I think it was a beautiful, genius work of art.
I think it reached number 2 on the Billboard.
It should have. It should have. I love that song, and it's just sad that Kenny wasn't around to hear people
tell you.
let him know that I loved it.
Yeah,
it was a great work of
art. He
art.
didn't have to run to Hawaii, which is a great place to run to.
It is. It's a pretty good one.
And you've seen his house.
I have. I've driven by his house.
That's very creepy. But yeah.
Stalking.
Throwing Doxidan boxes over
I didn't
his
know.
gate.
I did pick a pineapple from his yard. It was a place without the gate.
Oh.
And there was just like this little area that had pineapples growing. And we just went out. And I don't know if you've seen the way pineapples grow. They're prickly and you hurt your hands.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Okay. Got that.
We had a steak knife from a restaurant.
You are so
So we
prone to taking things from eating places, aren't you?
I have a wonderful cutlery set from various
And mugs and
Denny's and
glasses.
IHOPs. I have the scary Waffle House plates.
Yeah, I remember that about you.
And I have a wonderful set of shot glasses from the Lizard Lounge in Dallas. Anyway,
Great collection.
I have a pineapple from
Yep.
Kenny Rogers. We ate it later that night. Anyway,
Aw, that's
Kenny.
cool. Time for that Lone Star salute.
You know what a general laxative kazoos could be? Or if you put yourself up against that vibration
That
from a
vibrating
kazoo,
tissue.
if you like turn it up real loud and
Yeah.
put your bum up against the
Yeah.
the speakers, it'll loosen some stuff.
I know. Who needs to buy medicine? Buy a kazoo.
Right.
Yeah.
And just listen to it real loud. Or have someone play it, have your partner play a kazoo by your buns. We're to our favorite part of the show, which is the Lone Star Salute,
Yes. Yes. 1 star, 1 star.
where we read to you 1-star reviews of
yeah.
things to do with music, artists, videos.
Yep.
All the good things.
Anything music related. People are pissed. They want to express themselves. What better way than a 1-star review?
And I found so many 1-star reviews of the Like a Good Neighbor State Farm is there.
I know you shared.
People are mad about that song.
Oh, see, I know you found a couple and gave me one to read, and it's just like, holy fuck. But people hate State Farm.
Oh, man.
And then it's so, I mean, the oxymoron of them being, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yeah, and
like,
it just has really rubbed some people the wrong way.
It's like when you use those lyrics, you're asking for it. You better live up to it.
Right.
If they're the neighbor, they're the ones that are like causing shit in the neighborhood.
Right.
Oh.
So don't say you're a good neighbor and then don't be a good neighbor because people will get mad. So we're going to read a couple of these.
Yeah.
This one is by Donald Westwood, and he doesn't like insurance companies in general.
Yeah, I get it.
And he got triggered by Like a Good Neighbor. And,
Triggered.
yeah, I mean, he got triggered.
Yeah.
And here's what Donald said. There is something insidious about insurance companies promoting themselves as folksy friends who truly care about their customers, when in reality, they are exploitative corporations that care only about securing the largest payout possible for their already rich shareholders.
Yep.
That's a really long sentence, by the way. They needed more commas. It's even worse when your company has been named one of the worst offenders in a whole industry that makes a practice of upping company profits by simply not paying out when its customers get screwed. So yeah, a double fuck you from State Farm's Like a Good Neighbor jingle. State Farm is no one's friend.
I give that 1 star a 5-star review.
Right?
Yeah.
Donald Westwood knows what's what.
I tell you, and this one that I'm about to read has a very similar tone to it. This one is from someone named K-Toner, and we've all heard this shit commercial before, right? Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm is there, at least in America. My husband was murdered brutally, died in my arms gasping for air 3 years ago, and shortly after this terribly frightening event in my life, I did the usual things people do when their spouse passes. Take his name off the checking account, notify agencies of the change, which included State Farm. We had auto insurance, full coverage for $125 a month, and were with them for over 10 years. I let them know that he died, and they not only increased my rate, they more than fucking doubled it to $268 a month. Needless to say, I went with another insurance agency. Every time their commercial comes on the TV, I think about their slogan and laugh cynically. Fuck you, State Farm. Like a good neighbor, my ass. When I needed you most, you fucked me. I will never recommend your company to anyone, you cocksuckers.
So when I
give that
read
another 5-star, by the way.
Right. That was on Reddit. When I read that one, I was like, "Holy crap! That took a turn, a murder.
Oh,
what the hell, man?"
God.
But she wrapped it up exactly how I would have wrapped it up.
Everything is just coming out there at the end. It's just like, okay, I'll tell you my story, and then
Yeah.
I'll give you my thoughts about this shitty ass State Farm.
Right.
Oh my God, cocksucker!
I know, right?
There was no holding back on that. So
No.
definitely worthy of 1-star glory.
And I wonder if any of that clapback comes back to Barry. If he hears it and is like sad.
Oh,
I don't think he cares.
probably not.
He's like rolling around naked in his money.
I know they still have to send him a check because do they still use that slogan? I guess they do.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, that one's
That
lasted
thing's been
forever.
Yeah, it has been around forever. He's still raking in the dough. Man.
It's another fun show.
Yeah. The happy ending. It's almost like the oral AURAL laxative.
It is the
Yeah.
oral laxative.
It does give you a happy ending.
It does.
So you feel so much better after it.
Kids, we've heard some fun stories today.
Yeah, they've been some
Pretty
good
interesting
ones.
stories about some jingles.
Love talking about jingles.
Totally love jingles.
Yeah.
But remember, some jackalope tales are larger than life and overshadow the truth. And
Yeah.
some truths sound too insane to even be real,
Yeah, that's true.
right? But ultimately, we're living in a big jackalope tale and connected to a never-ending game of telephone.
Yeah.
So listen to the stories and use your good judgment.
Because when your source is the internet,
Who fucking knows?
I know. I remember in the kids in school, they weren't allowed to use Wikipedia.
Ooh, the devil.
And that's what I go to. And I can type anything I want on a page.
I know. That's the best part of it.
I know. I remember looking up the toadies and then I see myself on there and then I tried to edit myself and then I had to get approval.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck this. This is too time consuming. So I gave up on it.
I edited it for you. Go back and look.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'll find out what I've been up to. Very good.
So, everyone, thank you for listening. We really appreciate you.
Yes.
And follow the links on our show notes to find us on all the socials.
Yes. Subscribe, rate, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and anywhere else you get your podcasts.
And join us next time as we question, is it real or is it a jackalope tale?
I know, you just never know when you use the internet.
Sam
love
is
that.
the funk. Gotta have that funk.